I am so excited to be here with you today and with my friends Corey and Olivia. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
No problem.
So Corey and Olivia recently got married. They're living here in my city, and they're just amazing, beautiful humans. And I thought they would be just so interesting to interview. So would you guys be able just to introduce yourselves?
Yeah. My name is Olivia. Wobble now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I'm Corey Wobble. I'm stoked to be married.
How did you guys meet?
We met at our church probably 7 years ago, but we really didn't become friends until about 1 year ago.
Wow. So that was quick then. You became friends a year ago, and within a year, you got married.
Yeah.
We became friends, and within 2 weeks we were dating.
Okay.
Maybe we didn't become friends.
Just went right into a relationship.
Yeah, because I had been overseas for a year, and so I had just come back to the States, and he has a Bible study at his house that he used to live at that I would go to on Sundays, and then we just started dating with him.
We decided to get lunch and connect after she had been in Korea for a year, and her brother told me that she was interested in me.
Wow. Okay.
And so that gave me a boost of confidence.
Yes.
And I had decided that I wanted to date somebody, and so then started talking more. And then I asked her if she wanted to go to dinner, but I didn't tell her it was a date.
I didn't know.
Oh my goodness. You took her on a secret date?
Yes.
Well, I figured, like, what else are we doing? Why else would we be hanging out?
But we had hung out once previously, and it wasn't a date.
Okay.
So I didn't know, is this a date? Is this not a date? And so I went over to his friend's house on the date.
Oh my goodness.
And they're like, so was this a romantic date for you? I was like, oh, this is a date. That's good to know. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it worked out.
I see that. What attracted you most to Olivia?
Probably the joy that she has. There's a lightness in her spirit.
Yeah.
And I said, I can roll with that.
Oh. And what about you? What most attracted you to Corey?
I would think his love for the Lord. On our first date, we talked about like the Lord, and he mostly talked about like the majesty of the Lord and how it fascinated him, and he wanted to be one with it, but it was too much for him to even be close to it. So just his sharing of the Lord reminded me of the Lord, and I was like, oh, I can be safe with him.
Oh, that's amazing. So people always say, I knew he was the one. And did you guys have that feeling? I knew she was the one. I knew he was the one. Or how did you know, like, okay, we're going to get married?
Yeah. Well, so it was the second, it was like a week or 8 days after New Year. So we started dating in November. So about a month, almost 2 months later, I was driving her home, and I drove her to her car, and I was sitting in the car. So we were listening to worship music, and all of the sudden, a presence filled up the car that we were sitting in. And within this presence I knew that she was my wife. It was just,
Wow.
it was like a switch turned on inside of me.
Wow.
That I just knew, oh, this is my wife. And I had heard about the feeling that people get when they know that someone is the one. I remember thinking, oh, that's what that feeling feels like. I'm feeling it right now.
Wow.
What was really cool, though, is I didn't know he had that experience, because obviously we hadn't been dating that long. You're not going to thought, hey, the Lord told me you're my wife.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then I'm going to get freaked out and run away, right?
Yeah.
Well, he had that experience. And so then maybe a couple minutes later, I get in my car and I drive home. And on my drive, that same situation that he had happened to me. And so, like, this presence
Wow.
filled my car and told me that Corey is going to be my husband.
Wow.
And I was like, nah, I didn't believe it. I'm like, I'm just
Yeah.
thinking this. It's
Yeah.
just my thoughts. And so I journaled it down. And we had found out on our honeymoon that we
Yeah.
had that happen on the same day.
That is crazy. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah, because we were reading her journal or something on our honeymoon.
Mhm.
And then it was like dated and it was like January something. And I was like, January? And I was like on a Sunday. And then I remembered, wait, that's the same day that happened to me.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
amazing.
Wow, that's so
Mhm.
cool. Did you guys feel like the common pressures that young people feel when they're dating? Like, oh, this
Mhm.
has to go a certain way, or we have to get to the point of being engaged, or
Mhm.
anything like that?
I definitely felt pressures like family and cultural pressures that
Mhm.
we needed to date for like a certain amount of time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That we needed to just follow rules, some that are like known and some that aren't really even spoken of,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but you can kind of feel the pressure.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I think we were also able to work through not letting those pressures determine what we were gonna do.
Mhm.
Mm.
I didn't really have any pressures, or maybe I did and I just didn't listen to them.
Yeah.
Just because of
Yeah.
my like mentality was Korea and coming back to the
Mm.
States, it was,
Mhm.
oh, I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want, not in like a prideful way or
Yeah.
a selfish way,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, it's just gonna be me and him.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
nobody else needs to be involved.
Yeah.
It was definitely for me a growing experience and a transformative experience
Mhm.
of learning, hey, this is my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to value people's opinions around you, but I'm the
Mhm.
one that has to live this life,
Yeah.
and I'm the one that's gonna get married to her
Yeah.
if I do.
Yeah.
So I have to step into owning this
Mhm.
and making this decision of,
Mhm.
Exactly.
all right, like this is, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what my parents
Yeah.
say.
Mm-hmm. Or what your friends say or believe how
Right.
it should go.
Well,
Yeah.
it does,
It's important and they're valued, but it's
but
we
they're
determine.
not. At the end of the
Of
day,
course.
like my parents aren't getting married to you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And were they supportive, your
They were-
parents,
they
of
were.
each
Mhm.
other?
They were
Yeah,
very
That's
supportive.
very
amazing.
supportive.
That helps a lot.
Mhm.
It does.
I guess it, like, at the end of the day, the smaller details, those
Mhm.
are not as
Mhm.
important
Yeah.
Mhm.
as far as planning the wedding
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
setting the date or choosing who's coming to the wedding.
Mhm.
I had to
Mhm.
learn, you know what, it's gonna be okay. Like, some people might be upset that they didn't get to come, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like let that determine how we start our marriage
Mhm.
on that day.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned Korea a couple times.
Mhm.
You spent a year there?
Yes.
And how did that transform your life?
In every way.
Wow, okay. In a nutshell,
In a
what were
nutshell.
some of the main things?
I grew up
Mm.
from living at home
Yeah.
to like always having somebody help take care of me,
Mhm.
to being in a foreign country by myself, not
Yeah.
speaking the language fluently,
Yes.
to taking care of myself, to
Yeah.
how do I buy groceries?
Mm.
How do I know what
Mhm.
this food is? It's in Korean. I don't know Korean.
Yeah.
So I really learned that being uncomfortable
Mm.
is crucial for
Mm.
life.
Wow.
That it's so good. That's actually living.
Wow. I love that. It's like tweetable. Yes, it'll stick in my brain. As
But-
I'm going to be traveling soon, I'm like, okay, yes.
It is.
crucial.
It's living though,
Yeah,
because it's making
good.
you become you.
Yeah.
It's like you're actually being
Mm.
who the creator of you designed you
Mm.
to be.
Wow.
He's refining you, purifying you as gold.
Mhm.
And so, although it was hard and lots of tears were shed,
Yeah.
it was so beautiful
Wow.
to be able to make friends in a different culture and
Mhm.
learn the culture. And opened my mind to a whole new world.
Yeah.
So a whole new way of doing things, a whole new way of thinking.
Yes.
It's
amazing.
It was beautiful.
Wow.
So I think that would be my summary of it, that uncomfortable is so crucial for life.
Yeah. It's really good. And then you came back, and shortly after, you guys started dating, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how did you propose? Or did you propose?
He did.
Okay, it was him. Okay.
Yeah, we would always have a date night on Thursdays. And so I figured to keep it a surprise, I would make it on a Thursday. So she would be with me. And then I take pictures. I work for a jewelry company, and I take photos of people wearing jewelry. And so I told her I needed her help to model for me, so that way she'd be wearing something nice. And
no way.
after,
Was this ring from the jewelry company that you work for?
no.
Okay.
No.
This ring
That'd be
actually
cool.
wasn't even created yet. I bought a cheap, like a cheap J.C. Penney's ring to propose with.
Oh, okay.
So I wouldn't have to wait.
Got it.
Because I was running out of time.
Running out of time.
I took her to a park and pretended that I was going to be taking photos of her wearing some jewelry. But I had my friend hiding in the bushes with another camera.
Oh,
And
that's so sweet.
he filmed us me proposing to her.
So was it a shock then to you?
No.
It wasn't.
Not at all. I had an idea he was going to.
Okay.
Because we had talked about getting married, right? And I told him I wasn't going to plan our wedding without a ring on my finger.
Yeah.
So yes, that's why he bought the cheapo.
Okay.
To get the ball rolling on that.
Yeah.
But I had thought about it because he'd asked me, hey, I want you to like model for my company, and I've done that before. And I'm like, okay, but what got me was that it was a pond and it was going to be at sunset. And I was like, oh,
this is a good time.
And then we went and got Korean food, which is my favorite. But he was being super grumpy the whole date, just to like throw me off, which worked. And so
he was acting.
Yes, he was acting grumpy.
That's so funny.
Yep. And then my friend was having trouble with the camera. And so
he called while we were on the date.
And I had to relay information to him. What I did is I pretended he was using my camera to work on a video for someone.
Okay, because you had to explain.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
He did really well.
Wow.
But then
I lied.
yeah.
I lied. But the lie was untold within the same day. So it's kind of okay.
Okay.
That's kind of okay.
She forgave you.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we get there and he like honked. And I was like, why would he honk?
Oh, yeah.
And
I pretended it was an accident.
He did. He really played it off well. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like I was really believing, is this really just for work, or is he actually gonna propose?
Yeah.
And then we walked down there, and I saw the ring in his back pocket, and I was like,
wow,
the ring box, and then knew.
Oops.
But it was amazing. It was so sweet.
Oh,
I was really nervous. I was kind of out of my body. The whole time, but I made it happen.
Did you get down on one knee and everything?
I did.
Okay.
And then I was having a hard time saying anything.
Really?
Yeah, he did. He was like, Olivia, and so I turned around. He was just staring at me.
Oh.
And I was like, so I giggled to make him like say something, and then he was like, "Will you marry me?"
Oh.
I was like, "Yes."
Yeah. It's kind of awkward. I kind of, I felt a lot of pressure, and even being filmed during it, I was like, man, I kind of wish we didn't film this, because now I'm more self-conscious.
Yeah, and I didn't know it was being filmed. Yeah. And so I'm like, why is he not so excited?
Oh, you were like, what? What's going on?
I was like, what's going on? Usually get like excited, but
Yep, I was a little bit paralyzed.
Wow.
But it was still beautiful. It was still great. I wouldn't take it back.
Yeah.
And do you find, so you planned your wedding then in just a few months, right? And
Very
was
quick.
that stressful?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because I think it was like we're engaged and then we're getting married in 3 months, right?
I think it was like 2.5 months.
2.5 months. There are so many details.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, within the same day, we actually the next day we got the venue.
Wow.
Which is free.
No way.
Mhm.
How?
He just does it for free.
Yeah, there was a nice man
That's
in our community.
Incredible. That was a beautiful venue. I was there.
It was beautiful.
That's incredible. Wow. And did you feel like you had to do it on a budget, or did you just splurge? Did you have your parents help?
We did have a budget.
Yeah.
Okay.
My parents gave us a budget.
Okay.
And so I just planned the entire wedding.
Okay. So your parents did help though with the. That's amazing.
Yes, which is a blessing.
Yes.
Yeah, a reasonable budget.
Okay.
Nothing like
Yeah.
crazy, but enough to get the job done well. And
that's so cool.
They also told us, we could not spend any of it. We could just
and they'd still
go
give
to the
us
courthouse and get married.
Wow.
And we could have that money.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to have a big celebration.
Yeah. I was fine with eloping.
Okay. So then how did you decide in the end to have a ceremony?
I said that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay. You're like, no, this is important.
Yeah, I said we gotta have a ceremony.
Yeah.
He's like, if we're gonna do it, you might as well do it right. It's like, okay. Sounds good.
And what was the most stressful part of the planning?
Ooh. That's a great question. All of it.
No.
I think the most stressful part for me since I planned the wedding was everyone's opinions on how they think something should look or happen, or what I should be doing, or wearing a certain thing on the wedding day. And that was more so frustrating and very overwhelming for me because I had set hey, this is how it's going to be, so that I wouldn't have to run into those situations. Yeah. But then people or family members would overlook those and then just, oh, well, we want this. And I'm sorry.
You're like, it's my wedding.
Exactly. Like, I'm sorry. We're not going to do that.
Yeah.
So that was hard. But
yeah, definitely just the family dynamics. But, oh well. We're at the end of the day, we're going to be married, and we are now.
Yes.
And it really was great.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
All the family members, I think, did a great job too.
They did.
And you guys went where on your honeymoon?
We went to St. Thomas.
Oh,
very
perfect.
nice, representing
U.S. Virgin Island.
Yes. And what are your guys' just hopes and maybe desires, goals for your first year? Do you have any? Yeah.
Well, I hope to just learn more of how to be a husband and how to think of my life isn't centered around me anymore. And so there's like a different orientation that I'm learning where I'm a part of another person, and my goal is, I would say, in the first year, and I know it'll continue after the first year, but to be very proactive in the first year of really morphing into the two-person mindset. That's a goal of mine. And also just to grow a lot. I'd like to grow because just to be a good leader.
Yeah, definitely same for the first part that he said. Really learning to be two and not just one, especially living overseas and being one for so long, and having all of those like foundations already be built. So replacing those with something that's not even better. So that has been the biggest challenge for me, but it's so beautiful becoming two and like mentally becoming two. So
or becoming one from two. But it's like we kind of say, it's like we say when you get married you become one, but it's also like you're becoming also two. you're becoming another person as well. Like her hopes and dreams are mine as well.
Yeah.
And she has cares and perspective and opinions, and they're important.
Yeah. And just to also be a really good wife. To learn what being a godly wife looks like. Because obviously I've never been one before, so this whole territory is new.
Yeah.
So really just learning to integrate Christ into these new areas of my life, and how the Lord wants me to portray that to him, and how he wants to love Corey as if he was here himself.
Yeah.
So
that's really beautiful. And what are some things that you guys just love to do together as a couple?
Ooh.
Play Mario Kart.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, we've been getting into Mario Kart.
Is that on
The
Nintendo? The Wii. Okay.
I had a Wii U when I was a kid, and so I forgot about it.
Yeah.
And when I got married, my parents were like, hey, here's all of your things you forgot about.
Oh.
And so he very lovingly plugged it in and got everything set up.
Yeah.
And played Mario Kart for like a week before I started playing.
And she beats me every time.
No.
I beat him a lot. It's fun.
We like to do a date night once a week, so we'll go to dinner somewhere. Sometimes somewhere nice, more expensive, sometimes somewhere not as expensive, but we try to set that time aside to just really enjoy each other company. But
be very intentional.
That's awesome.
But throughout the week, I mean, after work, each day I come home and she's already home from her job, and we'll hang out. Maybe we'll play like some Mario Kart, or we'll just sit in our living room and talk, or maybe we'll watch something on the television, or sometimes we usually make dinner together.
Oh, nice.
So we'll make dinner and then also pack lunch for the next day from that meal. And kind of clean the kitchen or something, and that's kind of a routine that we have together.
Yeah, just really intentionally spend quality time together.
Yeah. Is that both of your love language, or do you know your principal love language?
Yes.
I'm not sure with mine. I took it a long time ago, but it doesn't seem to reflect it.
Okay.
To be the same anymore, but yours is what, touch?
Physical touch.
Words of affirmation and quality time. And then
I'm pretty confident his are the same.
Okay.
Yeah, words of affirmation are his. Physical touch used to be his a long time ago, and it's coming back since we got married. But
I like to get things done.
Yeah. So acts of service is also his.
And gifts that are fulfilling a assignment.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Acts of service
and gifts.
Yes.
Nice.
But
those are mine, actually. Acts of service and gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it works out well.
Cool. And I know you guys haven't been dating or married for long, but what advice would you give single people that are really hoping to have what you found?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
If you're a single person and you're looking, you want to get married, you want to have that special person, I would say my advice would be to become that person that you're looking for. Become like the kind of person that you want to be married to, because that'll attract that type of character towards you as well. And you can't control another person anyways. You can only choose who you're going to be. So choosing to be someone that's maybe loving and considerate and who will give up their time, that's how you can, I think that's maybe the best way you can find that in your future, is by becoming that type of person.
I like that a lot.
I agree.
Good.
And hey, get out there. I mean, actually, before we were dating, I really hadn't dated for
Couple years.
Several years because I had been hurt from a past relationship, but I had to learn that the past doesn't define the future, and that we can grow and change, and that I can grow and change, and that maybe the hurt that I felt in the past doesn't have to be what I'm going to experience in a new relationship, and be open to new things, and to healing, and being made whole, and learning and growing, and accepting that there are going to be hard things, but that doesn't mean something's wrong or something's bad. Hard actually is good because we get to grow. And growing feels good. And builds self-confidence, which helps in the dating world as well.
That's really
or
good.
the marriage world.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I really enjoyed hearing from you guys. I feel like you guys gave some good gold nuggets along the way. Just things of truth. And so thank you guys so much for sharing with everybody.
Thank you for having us. It's been a blessing.
Absolutely. I'm super glad to be married. And if I can help anyone in any way in that regards, I'd love to do it.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this interview. Bye.
Bye.